niggas talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. The she be down the ride, oh, I bet that. Ooh.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JayH. How you doing, family? Is everybody good? Is everybody cool? Everybody clean? Are you crisp? Are you feeling irie today? Let's talk about something that may seem a little bit distant in the industry, but according to what I'm reading, I promise you it is affecting how your mail moves before it even hits your hands. And if you've worked in transportation long enough, like myself, 28 plus years, you learn something fast. People used to pick at me. Automation doesn't start by replacing you. It simply starts by tightening the system around you until the job feels different. Just yesterday, maybe the day before, the CEO of FedEx Freight, I believe his name was John Smith, made a pretty bold statement, the Wall Street Journal. Uh, he said their self-driving trucks, got that? Self-driving trucks are essentially ready to be on the highway. Not in 5 years, not in 10 years, but now. He claims that these trucks can leave the yard, get on the interstate, run the route, arrive at the next facility with almost no driver intervention. He's talking about 99% autonomy. Now, if you watch my last video, we talked about the AI surveillance and how technology is already watching every that we make one way or another. This FedEx news takes that conversation to a whole nother level because we're no longer talking about being monitored anymore. No, we're talking about the ripple effect of automation that will fundamentally change how we work every day. Now, again, 28 years driving a tractor trailer, that .9 number, while impressive on paper, it's exactly what keeps truck drivers today up at night. Because I know, and you know, the world is not ready for 99% predictable. It's that 1% unexpected tire blowing out, a sudden lane change from a distracted driver, a freaking deer jumping out, black ice that you didn't see that requires the human element, human reflexes. So Smith admits the biggest hurdle isn't the technology anymore, it's regulations and public acceptance. He said, and I quote, it's nowhere close to being where the general public will allow an 80,000-pound vehicle running 65 miles an hour with no human in the cab. And he's right. But there is one thing, the technology is already here and it's being tested right now between Dallas and Houston, Dallas and El Paso, and other areas in the Midwest. So, what does that mean for us as USPS workers? You might think that's FedEx, not us. But there's definitely a direct connection. USPS already relies on the same interstates that every other delivery company does. And I know some of you are saying, why am I going into other delivery companies now? Because clearly we're interacting with all of them. We are. So these companies are automating already. The mail you deliver, the packages you sort, they travel plants and on long trucks, usually contractors for us. And those are the exact routes that the autonomous trucks are using first. They trying to get rid of us. They really are. Somebody used to tease me, I said, Jay, everything coming from your truck next. Listen, by the time they take the tractor trailer drivers, I will be retired. When that truck between two processing plants doesn't need a driver sitting for 10 hours of legal driving anymore, the first change isn't robots showing up to your station. No. The first change is tighter schedules, less cushion for delay, and more pressure to meet strict deadlines. Because again, The truck doesn't have the same DOT regulations that we do. And some of you are just starting in your career, some of you are further along in your career. So some of you, this may affect. Some of you will be around to see this. So before y'all say, it never happened in my lifetime, those are the old people. The young people, shit. I remember when we didn't have these cell phones. No. So this will less backup drivers. The system itself is going to become leaner. We have the administration across this country right now cracking down on truck drivers. Why? Because of, immigrants, other stuff, but that's another story. So it's going to become less truck drivers and less human redundancy. I guess that's the word. They're going to definitely more aggressive dispatch times. Every minute's going to count, and it's going to increase operations overall. Going to definitely have less cushions for delays. They're going to have more pressure on dock times, the unload speeds, the expectation, efficiency will be pushed to the limits. They're going to definitely have to adjust the staffing, overtime, everything. The system, they're trying to become more efficient overall because of the packages. The need for certain roles and overnights may shift. Everything is about efficiency because packages are the way to go. And again, before people say, man, this is bullshit. Listen, it's our fault. I said it before and I'm going to continue to say it. It's our fault. We want everything here and now. And again, this is not just a FedEx story. No, it's the whole industry. It's a preview of why everything is about to run tighter, faster, give or take, right? I'm trying to see myself in this, and less margin for delay across the entire logistics network and the ripple down to every single delivery worker. Because you got the UPS drivers, you got the FedEx drivers, you got Amazon, they're going to first. It's your route timing, your planned operations, and ultimately the pressure on the job each and every one of us do. No, it's not necessarily all the carriers, but the mail handlers, the clerks, everything. So again, this is not a conspiracy theory, but I'd like to hear from you. Do you believe that trucks will eventually be autonomous and be replacing the old man? Because I'll be gone, but it's definitely going to be replacing somebody. Think about it. How do you see this kind of automation affecting your grind? I know for a fact, even though it's not the self-driving LLVs, I know for a fact there's stations around me that use one machine to sort mail, sort the packages like 10 times from the clerks. Yeah, they use people versus 6, which means parcels are ready when the carriers get there in the morning. And this is in select places around the country. People are like, oh, it's not in my place. It ain't at your place yet. So it does the sorting that the clerks do, and your packages are ready. So they're gonna want this stuff out more efficiently. They got a rate like 0.1% margin error, and if you're ahead of these massive changes in the delivery world, hey, you have to understand that this stuff is happening. We can't change the fact that it is happening. We just gonna have to go with the flow or find another career. Listen, again, this is not to scare anybody. This is just to inform you. I'm trying to change my lane a little bit and focus a little bit broader, just a little bit broader, because all of logistics, like I said 4 or 5 years ago, makes this work. Yeah, the delivery bees make happen to the door, but the logistics is where it starts and where it ends. You see me? This is JayH. Give me your opinion. I think all the truck drivers will agree with me, and all everybody else gonna be like, "You full of shit, Jay." All right, y'all be good, be easy.
MCOR is a free app made by a mail carrier for all mail carriers. We have a color calendar. You can select your color. We have resources for carriers. You can track your forward. You can edit them. You can see the history of edits. But MCOR does not sell your information. None of your information is sent from your device. All the data is stored locally. Make sure to check out the app often. Lots of changes.
All I hear is talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. The she be down the ride, oh, I bet that.